Welcome back to the second quarter here on DouglasCountyDigest.com. Chris Patton alongside Luke Johnson. We are in Arthur for the championship game of the Class 1A Arthur Regional. Winner here between Arthur Levington and Arcola moves on to take on the winner of St. Thomas More and Fisher next week at Danville Area Community College in sectional play. 6-6 after one quarter, very fast paced, kind of sloppy. Shots haven't been falling. We'll see if that changes here in the second as guys kind of get their legs underneath them and kind of get some of the nerves out of the system.
You get the nerves out, settle into it, what you normally do. There's a nice drive, missed layup though.
5 guys around the ball, and almost Cole Garman was able to take it away in a sea of 5 purple jerseys. There's a little slap by Garman. Arthur's really seem to be going after the passes, really trying to intercept those.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of contact, and the referees are doing a good job of keeping it even so far. But I mean, you've seen missed layups, missed three-pointers, some wide open three-pointers by Arthur, which you really don't ever see. And Arcola is some of the same, some bad turnovers and some missed layups, missed shots. A lot of contesting though. I mean, the defenses are
nice job by Clayton Stritter to get to the basket. I think he was a little shocked at how easy he got to the basket and then just didn't have enough on his shot. Long three-pointer, pulled up no good. Strong rebound by Justin Hobgood.
I think Hobgood's going to be a factor for Arcola. He's a strong rebounder. As Seaman gets fouled on the baseline.
We talked about some of the missed shots. Arcola hasn't gotten a ton of shots off because they haven't. They've had the passes knocked away. Colt Garman gets that foul for Arthur Levington, his second in a short amount of time on the court. 5 against the Knights. Basket by Wyatt Fischel is good. He's got 5 total. 5 of the Purple Riders, 8 points. They lead 8-6.
And I think I heard in the beginning before the game started that Wyatt Fischel is one of the 3-point contestants moving on, along with number 3 Colin Seaman and number 2 for Arthur Clayton Hahn.
4 people were moving on from this regional. They all hit 10 three-pointers, 3 of them in this game tonight. Arthur seems like they're trying to force things there a little bit. Clayton Hahn goes to the basket and tried to scoop finger roll. Fischel lost control for a second there, got a rebound, put it back up. Wyatt Fischel. A lot of times we see him out away from the basket. He's got 4 points heading towards the basket. He's got 7 of his team's 10. 10-6 Arcola. 6:10 left to go before halftime.
And he's got a couple of layups where he's been out of control and he just happens to be in the right spot at the right time.
He's using some angles too.
But Arthur is just out of control going in the basket. They're doing a lot of double pumps and they're just off balance when they get to the hoop and they can't finish.
Caleb Schrock, you can tell Arthur wants to attack, but they've gotten a little off kilter when they've tried to attack. Arcola is making them work for everything they get. Caleb Schrock thought about it, pulled it back down. We've seen a little bit more patience here from Arthur Levington. More in tune with what we've seen from them during the regular season. The Arcola fans applauding the defense right now. 5:25 left to go before halftime. Garman drives. Looks like he was swatted out a little bit. Ball goes out of bounds, and referees confer over there, and it's going to go to Arcola.
For Arcola, Chase Strader back in for the Knights. Colton Yakeley and Tyler Schuring back in the game.
I mean, Arthur's looking to attack, but there's really not a lot of angles. Arcola's defense has been pretty decent. There's only a couple matchups that they could try maybe to exploit, and they just don't really have the angles for it.
Wyatt Fischel brings the ball up, number 12. He's guarded by number 2 for Arthur Levington, Clayton Hahn. 33, Austin Schaefer out top. Gives a little pass over the top to 20, Chase Strader. He tries the baseline, thinks different of it though. Travel called against Arcola. Arthur's gotten more looks at the basket and only has 6 points to show for it. Arcola's got a little bit more turnovers, it seems like.
It's just a battle of the loose balls. Arcola's, I hate to say it, Arcola's outworked Arthur. Usually Arthur is the team outworking everybody, but right now Arcola's outworking Arthur to loose balls, to the rebounds. I mean, just little tips. Wyatt Fischel's been the recipient on a couple of nice loose balls tipped in his direction for layups. And he's got a nice 3 where he was open a little. But so far it's been Arcola outworking Arthur to this point.
Arthur Levington coach Dale Schuring calls a timeout there, and he's kind of, I think judging by what I could tell, I think he was kind of telling his team some of the same things that you were just saying. You're getting outworked right now.
And usually that's one thing he prides himself on when he coaches his teams is to, do the little things and outwork your opponent, and they just haven't done it so far.
5 minutes left to go before halftime. It's only 10-6. Arcola with a 4-point lead over Arthur Lovington. It's like Tyler Shuring and Colton Yeakley back in the game for Arthur. Shuring's gonna drive, met by 2 Arcola defenders. Yeakley gets it, he found a little seam, steps up and puts in a layup. Nice move for the center for Arthur Lovington. Colton Yeakley brings his team within 2. It's 10-8 Arcola. Chase Strader, number 20, dishes off to 21 Clayton Strader. He's hounded and turns it over. Loose ball though, and unable to get down the floor was Tyler Shuring. Arcola though turns it right back over. Arthur Lovington defense taking it away. 3-pointer for Clayton Hahn. It's gonna roll in. Clayton Hahn gives Arthur Lovington an 11-10 lead. 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Arthur Lovington dialing up a little backcourt trap. Fischel with a little move to get free. Misses a shot. Hobgood goes up for a good rebound. Gets it right back to Fischel. 21, Clayton Strader with it. Back to 12, Fischel. Out top 20, Chase Strader. His shot is no good. And nice box out and rebound by Tyler Shuring. And we get a double dribble right in front of his bench.
And that hurts, starting to break, trying to get your offense started, and just an unforced error.
Arthur Lovington, number 12, Curtis Plank.
Curtis Plank into the game, going to replace Caleb Schrock for Arthur Lovington.
Timeout, Purple Riders.
Timeout Arcola.
Timeout.
As fast as they've been going, I'm not surprised that we're getting timeouts here, almost back to back. It's only been a minute or so ticked off the clock since the Arthur timeout.
We didn't really have any breaks to speak of in the first quarter. And then here in the second quarter, as soon as it kind of seems like maybe, Arthur Lovington, Dale Shuring called his timeout right after a stop. And I think after his team made a basket, so to kind of really kick him in gear a little bit. And now it seems like maybe Chad Graves calling his timeout after a turnover by Arthur Lovington. So he's, they're getting the ball back, and he's saying, all right, here we go. We've got him, we're right here with them. Take advantage here.
And I think the coaches might be trying to salvage a good possession, trying to get his teams to, settle down. Let's get a good possession out of this. Hopefully, to get them into a kind of a rhythm to continue in the game.
And it seems like maybe they're coaching, well put there. They're coaching in the second quarter like it's the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You usually see timeouts for possessions, at the end of the game or maybe right before half. But we're still 3.5 minutes away from halftime.
And since there's not a lot of break in the action, they may be trying to save some of their players for the fourth quarter by taking these breaks.
Well, especially Arcola. Blocking foul against Tyler Shuring. Trying to go, Colin Seaman trying to go the baseline. Shuring, I think, is going to pick up his second.
Knight's foul, number 21, Tyler Shuring, his second, the team's sixth.
And then Arthur changed up to a zone there. Looked like they went to a 1-3-1 to try and maybe put Arcola off of the offensive path.
Got it into Chase Strader. He gave it to Clayton Strader. Down in the corner with 12, Fischel. A little long off the front iron. It looked like Clayton Strader tried to tip it away, tried to tap it back to his team. Arthur Lovington takes it instead. Foul situation, 6 fouls against Arthur Lovington, only 1 against Arcola. If there's any team we cover that has the chance to kind of survive foul trouble, it's Arthur Lovington. Colton Yeakley missed a jump shot. His teammate got the rebound back and dished it to him along the baseline. He just did a little reverse up and under, and it's 13-10 now. 3-point Arthur Lovington lead. Colton Yeakley giving his team some breathing room. Drive along the baseline, shot put up and good.
Clayton Strader.
21, Clayton Strader, his first 2 of the night. 13-12, 2.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
Oh,
Tyler Shuring wide open, no good.
And you can almost let him shoot a few now that he hasn't made a 3 yet.
You do that one too many times though, and he's gonna burn you.
You don't want to leave him open, but you can give him a little bit of space now that he hasn't made very many.
2 minutes left to go. 1-point Arthur lead. Now it's a 4-point Arthur lead. 3-pointer for Jeremy Plank. his first points of the night. Arcola brings it right back down the floor. 12, Wyatt Fishel with it. Gets it into the corner to 33, Schaefer. Tried to feed the post to Colin Seaman. It goes out of bounds. Arthur Levington ball.
That's a good idea to try and get Colin Seaman down low. He's got a mismatch down low. He can take advantage of it. Just a little too much of a hurry. They're jumping the gun a little bit.
Next personal foul against Arthur Levington will send Arcola to the free throw line. So it's a good chance next possession we see that again. Minute 45 left to go before halftime. It's up to a 4-point Arthur Levington lead.
And when I meant give space, I meant to maybe just number 21, Tyler Schuring, not the rest of the team.
Into the post. Nice job by Jeremy Plank to wait off a flying defender. And now it's a 6-point Arthur Levington lead, 18-12.
And this is how Arthur wears you down. I mean, over and over again, they come down, run the same things. They're patient. They have subs that come in that play aggressive defense, aggressive offense. And they just wear on you.
Clayton Strader got through the lane. I thought he was trying to maybe throw up a shot. Instead, it looked like he was trying to maybe pass it over some defense to his teammate, but it did not work out. Colton Yeakley has 6 points here in the second quarter. And 20-12, 1 minute left to go. Arthur Levington has opened up an 8-point lead.
And as much as Arcola was keeping up with the fast-paced action, you can see now that it's starting to wear on their defense. They're coming up to the guy with the ball with their hands down. Their hands aren't in the air, challenging shots. And Arthur's making almost everything they put up so far.
Colin Seaman from the side, nice little point-blank range. Gets one that doesn't go down. Touched every part of the rim. Jeremy Plank. 7 points, all here in the second quarter. It's now a 10-point Arthur Levington lead. 3 minutes into this quarter, Arthur still had their 6 points from the first quarter, and they've erupted these last 5 minutes.
Their defense has been more aggressive. They've challenged. They've switched up defenses a couple of times. They're starting to trap more on the perimeter. And like I said, it's wearing everybody out for Arcola.
A little frustration here. We had 2 guys in the same spot on the floor. Arcola turns it over, trying to hold for 1 shot. They're not even going to get that. And that gives Arthur Levington 8.2 seconds here to try and take their lead larger than 10. Yeakley has it. He's been hot lately, but he's a little too far out. 2 seconds. Shot at the buzzer, put up, and no good. Curtis Plank gave it a heck of a look, but it just does not go down. We played 1/2 of regional championship basketball from Arthur. And the number 1 seed, Arthur Levington Knights, hold a 22-12 lead over the Arcola Purple Riders. We'll be back for the second half and see who marches on in state playoff action, who will be in Danville next week. Stick with us here on DouglasCountyDigest.com.